Anytime.
So anyway, I'm sure narinig mo na to na miss ka na ng mga fans mo, 'di ba? But we are all with you during your motherhood journey. Even now, we're also updated with what's going on. But just to hear it from you, what made you say that it's time to do another film?
I think it's not so much deciding on the timing. I
Mm.
think the timing was decided for me because I mean the pandemic was really beyond everyone's control. Wala namang we all didn't see it coming.
Mm-mm.
We didn't plan for it. So it really caught me by surprise, definitely. And I actually accepted this project way before the pandemic. I was pregnant at the time when I read the script, and I
Yeah.
said I actually really like this, and I was willing to do it pregnant. So
Wow.
we were going to.
Pero
And
dinala mo si
then
Amari sa set. Ito ba yung film na yon?
yes, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, hindi siya kasama sa set, but since lock-in taping kasi, kasama siya sa hotel.
Yun.
So, hindi siya kasama sa mismong set with all the actors and everything, but everyone got to meet him.
Ang cute nun. I'm sure lahat e-effort para kilalanin siya. Napaka-cute niya, di ba? And happy pill ng trabaho, di ba? Just to, ease off the work schedule. How was it
Yes.
struggling for you na magpapadede ako, may eksena ako, di ba yung ganon? Parang, and going back, easing in the work environment.
Well, it was actually going into it, kinabahan talaga ako.
Mm-mm.
Because prior to that, I had never been out with Amari for that long na in a strange place without Billy, and then yung iiwanan ko siya because I'm very hands-on with him, and I'm with him most of the day, or pretty much the whole day actually. And yun nga, breastfeeding on demand. Right now, at least medyo mas matakaw na siyang kumain, so he's not as, on the move all the time. But I guess the challenging parts, because he's pretty active throughout the day. I practice independent play with him. So sanay siya na maglaro mag-isa to entertain himself on his own, and he learns that way, playing on his own, discovering like how to use his toys and everything. Really playing around with everything around him, making use of everything around him. But what was challenging were the nights, because talagang unpredictable siya. There are times na every 30 minutes, every 1 hour, he would drink milk. And of course, I had to work at night. So I think that's what I was worried about the most. But we got through it, and we got through it without him crying, without him looking for me. So I would say it was very successful, and it got me really excited. Sabi ko, okay, kayang-kaya naman
Yeah.
pala.
Right.
Yeah,
Pero alam mo,
kayang-kaya.
kahit nasabihin mo, di ba, you're always with a Mary, you're a hands-on mom, pero parang ano rin, no, may rewarding din as a mom na nagawa mo ulit yung
Mm.
umarte. Ano yung feeling mo, no, na parang, shocks, mag-isa na naman ako. Di ba, yun nga sabi mo, kaya na. It's exciting.
Yes. Not just for actors, but for moms out there, I'm sure makaka-relate sila. But being a mom in the time of a pandemic is really no joke. And I'm sure some people, other moms who've had children already, yung tipong they're on their fifth child, and then biglang pandemic. I'm sure even them, it's an adjustment for them. This is something new for everybody. So motherhood is one thing. Motherhood during the time of a pandemic is definitely something else,
Yeah.
because I felt like, I only realized when I was there on the set and I was doing what I love, that I was slowly losing myself,
Oo.
and that it's because I guess I didn't really have any opportunities to do anything that I love, because most of the things that I love involved stepping out of the house,
Oo.
whether it's going for a hike or even just working out, diba? Or seeing friends, things that would remind me of who I am. I did get to have that for the past almost 2 years, and nakakabaliw siya. And I guess the hardest thing about that is you don't realize until you're already at that point na you're reminded of who you were or who you are, and you don't realize it happens slowly. It doesn't happen like one day you just lose yourself, diba? Or you just forget who you are. But it's nice to be reminded. It's definitely nice to be reminded of that I'm a separate person. I yung mentality ko kasi for the longest time na ito, ever since Amari came into my life,
Mm.
was to always put him first.
Mm-mm.
in every situation and everything, to always put him first. And I thought that I was being a great mother by doing that. But I realized that by letting go of myself, by completely neglecting myself, and even, not giving enough time also for my marriage and everything, it can't always be the baby first. You also have to nourish your relationship with your spouse or your partner, diba? And also yourself, because you can't pour from an empty cup. And my cup was just so drained already. And I don't ever want to grow to resent anyone, or especially Amari, to have any feelings na parang, I'm not exactly happy to be here. And I'm glad, I haven't had those, because I'm really, really so happy to be his mom. But before we get there, it's
Oh,
good
yung
to have that check, to check on yourself, to see, am I really doing okay? Am I really helping myself? Am I giving myself what I need? So I did have that for a long time.
well, maraming nakaka-relate, pati ako relate na relate na relate. As in, you nailed it, girl. Yan na yan din yung naramdaman ko. Pandemic
Actually, oo,
natin. Grabe talaga.
kahit hindi parent
Ito yung
eh.
sarili
Yeah,
mo.
kahit hindi parent, it's really just this pandemic. It's been so hard on so many people, and a lot of people kasi yung happiness natin is outside. It's other people, it's relationships, it's adventure, it's even just the day to day that we used to have.
Oo.
It's whatever we're going through is really not natural.
But with this, and we saw you in LOL. Will you all are you also welcoming going back to the daily grind as a host, a co-host there?
Well, I see what Billy does, and he's been making me Colette for the longest time. I told him that I would try to guess every now and then first and see how it goes. Because what they do is they tape, and coming from a daily noontime show with him, we both know na it was so tedious to be there every day live. Kasi syempre every day nagmamadali ka. If something happens at home, you can't be late or anything, diba? So what's good about their schedule is they tape 3 episodes every day for about a week, and then they go on a week also na break. So I find that schedule to be very ideal, and I feel like, if I were to do it, maybe like I'll do one episode first, diba? Maybe try, but I'm definitely open to it. And
Right.
everyone there is so friendly. They're
Saka
so
nakasama niyo na rin, di
accepting.
ba? Madami na kayong from
Mm-mm.
before. It's your family talaga. Right?
Yes, yes. I felt so comfortable and so welcome there. Sobrang, as in, no intimidation whatsoever the moment I stepped in there.
That's so nice. And right now, as you know, that's it's good that you shared. Thank you for sharing that. You can't pour from an empty cup, and you have to work on your relationship with your spouse, because that's true.
Yes.
Baby nandun, bye. Alam mo yun? Buti, I mean,
Yeah.
Billy's also a hands-on dad, and he's very aware of what's going on, 'di ba? But what made you realize na parang wait, I have to work on this part of the family?
Well, Billy and I mean, we haven't really had any problems per se na yung kaming dalawa,
Ah,
apart from maybe just yung siguro it always comes from my personal problems, sa totoo lang. Like I'm
mami,
always projecting.
normal
I'm
yon.
always projecting. Yeah, like wala naman siyang ginagawa sa akin na masama or anything, but I feel like I'm always projecting yung
Uh,
mga frustrations ko and everything. So, and the best part is, like, I could not ask for a more understanding husband. Like, he has been so supportive, so understanding. Even the pettiest thing talaga, like, he will help me through it. He doesn't brush my problems off. This is it's funny because they always tell you na you should find yourself before you have a kid, before you get married, before you find the person you want to be with. But I feel like I'm still trying. I'm still on that journey of discovering what I'm capable of, who I am, and what I want to be. And I feel like Billy is helping me through it so much. So I really disagree that you have to know who you are first. You have to have it all together before you have a family, or before you meet the right person, because maybe that's part of it. Maybe that's part of the process. Maybe that's part of who you are, diba? So I feel like a lot of it is really shaping me into a better person.
yeah, you are. I mean, with everything that you post, it's so selfless, but at the same time, there are the inspiring parts, like, of course, working out. Now we're seeing you.
Although I rarely post.
Yeah,
I
pero
rarely post nowadays.
Well, yeah, but syempre with this, 'di ba, with the promos and everything, thank you for sharing your
Yes.
stance, 'di ba? Yung it's so hard to open up, especially when you feel like you're isolated for so long. And
Yes.
yeah, and wait, right now Billy went to Paris. So buti ano tawag mo to, okay lang sa'yo that he went out, went abroad. How does the
Yeah.
dynamic in that work?
Trust, a
Mm-mm,
lot of trust, because I mean it is a completely different country and everything. But I love what I love about Billy is he never gives me any reason to worry. You know,
mm-mm.
he brings along somebody I completely trust. He like it never even gets to the point where we argue about jealousy or trust issues or anything, because before we even bring it up, like he's already like, okay, no, don't worry, because I'm gonna be doing this, I'm gonna do this. And he brought somebody, like he was supposed to bring my brother, but he ended up bringing somebody who I really trust as well. So you know, it's that it's not really so much as like sakal or anything, but it's respect for the other person to make them comfortable with what you have to do.
Dynamics yung dalawa parang cool kayo eh. I mean, di ba parang chill lang kayo sa isa't isa eh. But what I meant was, he went there for work. So magiging open
Yes.
ka ba, like yung parang maging global kayo na family who'd go back and forth in some country? Or ano, do you see your footing here in the Philippines?
Well, we have spoken about this, of course, and there are work opportunities in Paris for him. So if that pushes through, which I really hope it does, I
Mm.
will drop everything to support him, of course. But the thing is, what I love about Viva also is my work is very flexible. So I'm not on a daily show like he is. You know, he has a more stable, fixed schedule. With me, it's more on films, so those can be scheduled. And whenever we're here, like or the time that we're here, I can maximize whatever time that we have here. And then if we have to leave, I'm definitely going to be going with him to support him. If he's gone for like a week or 2 weeks, he can go, it's okay. Like I trust him to go on his own. But if it's like for a month's time, then it's I don't I it's not even that I can't do it or he
Kayo.
can't do it.
Mm-mm.
Sorry.
Pwedeng
Yeah,
sumunod
it's
na
not
hindi
even
kayo.
yeah, it's not that I can't do it or that he can't do it, but I don't want Amari to go through 1 month naman without both of us
Oo,
together,
oo,
diba?
oo.
So if it can be done, then of course we're gonna do it. And
Yeah.
I like the idea of it. I'd
Oo,
love for
tsaka
Amari to see the
isama niyo
world.
kami. Bago ko sabi sama niyo kasi gusto din namin ng opportunity sa France. Teka lang, nakaka-excite. Pero ang ganda na ng bahay niyo diyan, girl, 'di ba? Ang ganda na, I mean, work of art ang inyong tahanan, 'di ba? So at least
Actually,
meron
ano na siya, playground na siya sa baba. Wala na siyang
ka ba?
furniture.
Ang ganda.
Playroom na
May
completely.
sculpture pa kayo. Ang ganda talaga ni sino yung artist, yung si Jeffrey artist ba 'yon?
Jeffrey,
Yeah,
yes. Siya yung
super.
gumawa din yung sa Mega Mall, yung malaki.
Yes. Yes, I was
Yes.
like, oh my God, dude, goals. I love it. I love everything. Anyway, Chloe, I'll interview you again later for Sa Totoo Lang. I think you have a guesting. I'll ask about the film there. So this one, thank you so
Okay.
much for this feature interview. I got all the details na naman about the film.